You know how sad it is that Halloween this year is on a Saturday? We could have had a spooky, scary, awkward cast, but no. The Roman calendar does not dictate it.
It's very true. But hey, we are trying to get as close as we can to an AWK-tober. That's probably a better way to pronounce this. Or
No, you just say it like my people. AWK-tober.
AWK-tober. So yeah, okay.
AWK-tober.
Us being ready for October, let's hit it. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, still AWKWARDCast, but in October, where ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel and
Spookily.
And yeah, I have the feeling since we are now dressed up like our special October. There I could use it better.
But there's no way to see what Lauren's thing was unless you looked at the promo.
That's troo. And wait, I probably
Big
can.
hint, vintage.
I can probably magic up the promo somehow very quickly. Abbey! Yay!
Yeah, right there. Hey.
Look, Gary, there I am.
I don't believe it. I'm on an awkward promo.
It's true. And an original one as that. I mean, we had one for a special thing for the 150, and now for October, Keyframe made another very special art. So, yay!
Yeah, I just stormed into the room and I was like, Max, I have an idea. And he said, why are you at my house?
Basically,
How
yeah.
did you get to my house?
And keep your 6 feet, please.
Do you really need to social distance when you're a ghost?
Germs don't apply to ectoplasm.
Yeah, like
Basically.
I don't think the COVID virus. Those little sparkles around me are not the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. They are just sparkles.
But yeah, I guess at some point, Keyframe, we also should acknowledge that we have a guest this week. So yeah, welcome back, Abby. Great having you again.
Yay!
So
Glad to be back.
I literally said to Lauren when I messaged her, like, Lauren, are you free Sunday? I need a simple show, man.
Wow.
I need my stakes to be low for the barrier of good. And she was like, I know the right person, and that person is me.
Yeah.
Because I'm good at setting the bar low.
Then again, I'm still here, so the bar is naturally it's high. It's difficult to not raise it automatically. But yeah, anyways, since it has been a while, I believe, since you were with us the last time, please do tell us, and especially the audience, who you are, what you do, and why people should care.
But do it spookily.
Yes, do it spookily.
Well, as if you can tell by my name when it's not spooky, I am the Abbey Roadie. I am an artist, animator. I am Key's sister from another mister. Have been for 12 years now, which is insane. And we're gonna be celebrating our anniversary real soon. Yes. And yeah, I'm a character designer, artist, animator. Been doing what I've been doing a long time. Yeah, I'm also illustrator, and I write stories, and yeah, I'm kind of a jack of all trades in that respect. But yeah, that's my whole gallery right there, at least in terms of
the
my
one that
character design portfolio.
Yeah. I mean, I believe this is probably the most representative site on your homepage.
Well, yeah, because the woman doesn't upload to DeviantArt much anymore, which I don't blame her, because DeviantArt's upload system is garbo.
And your Twitter is everything but your original art. It's a lot of Lupin.
Well, I do have some sketches that I upload every so often on there.
Yeah,
it's just like,
every so often.
It gives me an audience.
But it's not very representative.
There are some sketches that I do, and obviously I've been on a Lupin kick, and so...
Vinky?
There's more original art.
But hey, it's been fun. It's been fun.
I got her into it. Welcome.
You made me trash.
Welcome to the Church of the Collective. Would you like a fresca?
An ecto cooler.
But yeah, why don't you tell the audience and the people at home, which is both, what have you been up to recently? What's been going on in the life of
You got her into this, you cannot complain. That's
Yeah,
an
she's
original.
also part of-
This is an original artwork by Abby. Do you want to describe it to us?
So it's Max, holding the world. He's being very he's a thief of tiny globes, if you will. And he's
Wait.
dressed like a particular anime character. One from from a near 50-year-old franchise, very very prolific.
Almost as old as I am.
Inspired. No, I think there's like a 20-some-year-old window that makes it not.
Nah, I'm not 70 yet.
He's dressed up as Lupin. The taking the funny out of this story is that there's a fucking cult of people who don't like me, apparently, who want to keep spamming the fact that Max looks like Lupin and make me hate the fact that I do have a type. I have a very, very clear, written in stone type, and I deny it profusely.
Honey,
wait,
the moment I met you and you were obsessed with Shaggy, I knew you had a type.
So who exactly?
Shut the fuck up!
So who exactly is part of your type? Please remind us.
Okay, Lauren, tell us about your week. I'll be right back.
My week wasn't all too eventful. Besides, I don't know, just drawing more Lupin stuff because it's been a nice kick. Tormenting Chrissy every so often, but
I mean,
otherwise, I mean,
since you are not here every week, you can also go further if there are any other events in your life that you feel like sharing, or just want to vent about and do this in public on a live stream. I don't know. No, but in general, what's going on in the life of the Abbey Roadie?
Doing podcasts. So I'm doing the animation communications podcast, which is spelled like the communicator from Kim Possible. So KIMM. Right, and I run it with my co-host. I love Kim Possible a lot, and we've been having a lot of fun with that and having some really great guests, and we got some more lined up, and so it's been really cool to see the show take off. And just it's built up a lot over the past almost year, because we started it, I think it was February or March of this year. And let's just say there are certain advantages to quarantining at home, and one of them is being able to build up a podcast base in the time that you're not working on your day job. So
I'm trying to find it, but I can't. What was the name again?
The Animation Communication Podcast. So just Animation Communications. I think if there's anybody here, I'm sure there's some people here, at least 2 people that probably have listened to our episode. But we I don't know if I'm at liberty to say who we have slated and coming up, but I can say who we have had in the past, which have included YouTubers and producers and directors, and yep, there's our channel. And yeah, you can follow us. Oh, by the way, check out the lo-fi loop that we have on the channel. It's constantly looping, and there's a whole bunch of talented artists and animators that have worked on the lo-fi loop collaboratively, and I did a very small part of that just because I really wanted to. It's a loop that has a bunch of different like little animated segments going on in little kid animated KP's head, and one of them is a Lion King segment. And so as that comes up in the loop, I did Simba for a Lion King loop, and then another animator did the ants, and then another artist did the backgrounds. But lots of really cool stuff.
I actually when you were still doing DeviantArt, and if you dig far enough, all your original DeviantArt stuff is Lion King based, isn't it?
Yes.
Her original name on DeviantArt was Lonnie Lioness.
Yep, that was my and truth be told, I got the name Lonnie for my character originally because of Surf's Up, which was funny enough from a Penguin movie. So
What a weird hodgepodge you were back when you were younger, because you were like a Lion King, Jonas Brother loving weirdo.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
can we see the
High
Lion
School
King
Me was
one?
High School Me was interesting hybrid of sorts.
There.
Yes, there's my Simba. There's my Simba. I was so happy. I was so proud of that Simba. That was the first time I animated him fully too, especially two color.
Very on spot with the
that
original
mane.
design.
Lauren
But yeah, there's
has a talent with being on model. I mean, that's why one of her main jobs before her current one was working with brands to design things, is because she's good at drawing
I did
model.
work. Yeah, I did work on Disney merchandise, Warner Brothers merchandise, DreamWorks Universal merchandise. It's all things where a whole bunch of designs where if I needed to make anything and I had to draw it on model, I could do it. And I learned so much from working with different companies on that.
Pre-show?
Why are we in pre-show?
Why are we in the pre-show still? Wait, did I just change this by accident? Or was it in the pre-show the entire time?
No, it just happened.
No,
okay, then I
did. I was like, are we back in time? I thought
we're going back in
production
time.
was strong. I don't think we need to do a take two.
Wow. I mean, I fumbled the intro a little bit, so let's just rewind everything and we do the same gags again and try to make it all natural. Oh god, those glasses are getting to me. The glasses and this thing. I'm now an artsy producer guy.
You look like you look like someone who produces music but has never touched an instrument in their lives.
Basically, I mean, for explanation for people who should not recognize what's going on. Damn it! It's short sleeve. I didn't notice that. So, the outfit.
It's not short sleeve. It's not short.
It is.
Sleeve. It's rolled up sleeves.
No, it could be. It's hard to tell. But yeah. So what my outfit up there and therefore here is based on is Justice from Helltaker. And because Helltaker is basically Helltaker, this is not very well known, is completely inspired by my look that I have been spawning not spawning for years. What do you call it?
I don't know, honing
for years. Yes, my style. Yeah, and so Justice went into the inspiration for this little image here, but I cannot pull it off. I mean, she looks cool this way, and I look, well, like this, like there's a music producer who never touched an instrument, there's an artsy-fartsy guy.
As much as you say you're getting old, you don't have white hair, you don't have horns, and you're not a woman.
I mean, I am horny, and I am getting old, but yeah, it's true about the white hair. And I mean...
Lauren, you were talking about your week.
I mean, really not much else happened. I mean, I did say, I have been working on the podcast and stuff like that and slating episodes and stuff like that and guests, and that's been cool. So, but yeah, for anybody who hasn't checked it out and you want to hear a couple of animation fanatics and just ramble on about animation and have some really cool people to talk about animation as well, so that we all just go on a rambling 90-minute tangent. Trust me, we try to make sure that there's plenty of good information in there. So
the podcast.
Just tune in on there because we have visualizers on our YouTube channel, and we have a special Halloween overlay right now. So I do have a Beetlejuice overlay on that as well. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we're also on SoundCloud and iTunes and all that. Anywhere you can get anywhere you can stream a podcast, pretty much. We try to have the episodes up every Wednesday. Huh?
Yeah, we make too many visual jokes in this show that we could never put our podcast on Spotify. I don't know who just listens to the AWKWARDcast.
Nuh-uh.
They would be very confused.
Yeah, well, we don't do video camera stuff for ours. We just do a visualizer, so we have a cool artwork that's got a little bit of animation to it.
Yeah. Max, you had a jam-packed week, so why don't you talk about
Yeah,
it?
even two in this context, isn't it? Last week. Now I need to try to get everything together. What happened? Let me go. Is there any photo evidence existing on the Twitters? Because what we did last weekend, can I find it? It doesn't look like it. This is sad. We went out for the celebration of the Denim Ninja's birthday to an to a very nice and fancy Japanese restaurant where they have this what's the beef called again? Wagyu beef. Wait, I have an idea. I can just.
Did you say barbecue? Do you mean barbecue?
No. I definitely do not mean barbecue.
No.
I just came back and heard barbecue beef.
No.
No. It's Wagyu beef.
Wagyu beef,
Oh,
exactly.
Wagyu. Okay.
So this kind of indoor.
I've heard different pronunciations, but yeah, I know what he's talking about.
This kind of indoor grill thing. Do we have pictures here somewhere? No. Oh wait, what? Which color is it supposed to be?
It's pink.
That does not look pink.
Oh wow.
I'm taking stomach relief.
Oh, there's a better
now.
picture.
You know,
So,
honestly, Pepto should be blue. I don't know why they don't make a blue variant. Does it have to be pink?
Anyway, go.
But
on,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry, that just made me laugh way too hard.
But yeah, in celebration of her birthday, her 29th birthday, because that's the age where all ladies usually stop aging. So for her 29th birthday, we went to this place, which was a very special experience. It's like, well, this picture encompasses the best, and this is some high tier stuff. It's like, I felt bad for being there because I'm such a Philistine. I mean, like, we basically took this premium beef on the grill, like, for like 20 seconds per side, and then
You felt bad for being.
Yes, because
poor being in there.
No, because Denim tasted and was like, oh, so good.
This is like the fucking thing with that really expensive wine I bought you.
Maybe, and she was like in culinary seventh heaven, or wherever one goes when one eats very delicious. And I'm like, yeah, this really tastes good. I'm such a walking, talking disappointment.
No, I get it. I've never related to that woman more than right now. I get that.
But yeah, I'm a simple man of simple desires and needs, but therefore I have a hard time appreciate the true fine things, being it taste, hearing, seeing. I might be getting visuals. Now, where is my WhatsApp? It's probably in the wrong browser. Oh no, stuff is exploding. Things are not. Things are not going well. Wait, I can do it. I have proper photo in a second. Oh, plenty of them now. So yeah, if you want to get an impression of bloody hell, come on. Open image in new tab. So me enjoying food looks like this. And for a point of reference, this is how the food got presented. Like, one slice of each of those beefs per person, so two here, then each with this one with a little bit of lemon, this with this algae, this with wasabi, this one up here was with a Japanese radish. I forgot what this one was, but yeah, everything with its very own way to consume. And also very nicely was this first one that the restaurant presented this way.
Wow. That's cool.
But yeah, that was definitely a very cool experience. If so, one that one does not do every weekend. Let's just say my rep that I get for lunch when I'm in the office is yes, exactly. I mean, this is like those cows that get turned into those, especially the Japanese ones that get turned into that beef. Those cows live a better life than
I can,
most humans.
I have the idea. I know that I remember watching Keith from Try Guys try a bunch of steaks, and the last one that he tries is that Wagyu beef, which is like the most expensive fucking steak, and I'm like,
and I mean
that better taste amazing.
It's
Well,
probably
they do treat them like kings.
Yes.
Like they
I
treat the cows
that.
with like the best possible.
but
I get that, and it's prepared really well and all that kind of stuff. But I am very simple. I see no point in buying a piece of meat that's worth $200.
Also, truffle salt, just because the salt is even.
I
Possible.
can't eat that either, so that means nothing to me.
Fair, but
truffles are mushrooms.
but that's true. but as point of reference for this one again, this is so fatty and soft and something that the waitress recommended to eat those. This is the actual wagyu. To eat those first because it melts at room temperature. That's how. Yeah, I know, it's insane. After that, I did one half of my media in rest of the celebrations in the evening. And besides that, did anything else big happen this week? Or those 2 weeks?
Oh, you mean besides it? I mean, last week you expressed your dissatisfaction in Fall Guys very loudly.
Which is the other half of my of my media.
Oh, oops. Did we
So
start
who
any
goes
new
first?
shows? Did we start any new shows during TV time?
We picked DuckTales back up. Still going strong as always.
DuckTales came back.
Yeah. Still watching Our Boys. And oh boy, The Boys season 2.
The season finale, we will be watching it tomorrow. And you know how much I've had to
avoid spoilers.
I've had to fucking avoid spoilers like the plague. 2, I think Lauren and Chi-Chi and most people in the fucking Chris server we're in fucking hate me and Sean now, because me and Sean will get into arguments with Chris because Chris refuses to watch The Boys.
Why does he refuse?
Okay, audience, please tell me if this is a dumb reason or not. Okay.
Probably.
So the Amazon Prime used to have The Tick, like a Tick show. You know, like the big blue guy. Superhero comedy satire. And it got canceled by Amazon executives, and one of the shows that got greenlit after The Tick got canceled was another satire with The Boys. So he does not watch The Boys out of spite because of The Tick getting canceled, because he views it as it taking its place, even though it's very apples to oranges when you compare The Tick to The Boys, because at the end of the day, The Tick is still a good guy.
And I mean, he can probably be watched with the entire family.
Yeah, but no,
what do you do with The
too.
Boys?
But
hey,
me and Sean have gone into long arguments about this.
Hey, Granny. Hey, nieces and nephews. How about we watch this superhero satire? Which one was it? The Tick or The Boys? The Tick? Probably The Boys. Let's watch this with the entire family.
Oh, it's that nice boy from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was hearing that argument the other night, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm not as wholly engrossed in all of that, but as a third party, I was like, I just think it's not exactly fair to The Boys to base that off. I'm like, that's not that. It's not exactly the show's fault.
Oh,
to be to be nice to Chris, he did eventually say, "Oh yeah, I'm also not a fan of the author of the comics," which I'm like,
Okay.
you could have said that first.
Yeah, that would have made you look a lot less like an insane
yeah.
person.
Point being, did anything else happen in your week, or should I just move on to mine?
I guess you can move on to yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn out the illusion for a second of being a ghost, because I have stories to tell about this fucking thing on my head. I have finally gotten it to white. I am now an anime pro tag. Or as other people have said, because when I came into a call one night, this was mostly flat, because hair, wet, damp, heavy. To people who watch the Venture Brothers, I look like the albino from the Venture Brothers. And I think I actually have a picture of it here, because...
yeah, pull it up.
No, that's a gun. Is it this one? Center to screen. Yep, here it is.
Yep, there we go. You can like minimize it.
Yeah, I look like the fucking albino.
Oh.
I don't like
It's
it.
just showing up on. It's only up halfway on.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't even
Right there,
tell the
brother.
difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can
So, yeah,
remove the
that-
animation again. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Ha ha. Funny. Huh. But no, so I got this all taken care of. So that was one highlight. And what was great is that Tiltify, or Tiltfee, whatever, the official fundraising site that you could actually do all those fundraisers on, that all the big streamers use it on, made like a blog post about people using the poll option, and I was the headline of it with my little Twitter icon and everything, and I was like, huh. I had that realization that this is a fucking Twitter account followed by Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all those people. I'm like, they saw my fucking furry icon.
Hey, lots of future guests, I guess.
Which is drawn by Lauren, my little squishy face thing.
So it's my art that's on there.
Yeah, your art of me all squishy faced. So that was interesting. In all reality, I need to take this webcam off, or I'm staring at myself. In reality, my life is boring and sick. Not the type of sick that you think it is. We already dealt with that back in April. not the worrisome sick, just me sick. But besides that, I been working. We did an Among Us stream last night, which was interesting. I do like that game. It is fun. God, I can only play so much of it because of the social task it is to hear 9 people yelling.
Oh yeah, yelling can be an important part.
It is exhausting. I love my friends.
But
it's exhausting. Especially since people fucking think that I'm the imposter just because I'm waiting for my turn to speak. I'm sorry, I'm polite. But we did try something called Imposter Tag, which was really fun, where essentially it's Dead by Daylight. So you know who the imposter is, and you have to do all your tasks before they come kill you, and you turn up the movement speed. And you turn down the visibility of the crewmates, so for all you know, you're running, and then there's the imposter, like, hello.
How was the winning ratio on that one?
More people won than lost.
Imposters, you mean?
In the crewmates won more than
Really?
they lost. But it's still terrifying because you have this little jelly bean storming at you.
It's fascinating.
The last map we did it on, which was the map that actually looks like John Carpenter's The Thing, has these doors that take time to open up, so you can be against the door, and you see the imposter right there, and it's just like, hey, Michael. Hello. It's It was fun, and that stream actually got over 70 viewers at its peak, which I was like, validation.
Nice.
It was nice. Besides that, did I'm trying to think because I'm technically trying to go through 2 weeks, but this shows how boring my life is. I did want to show because, like we said, it's going to be me and Lauren's anniversary in a few days because it's 12 years since I met this woman in a DeviantArt chat room, and Lord knows we haven't been able to get rid of each other since. And most people only have to deal with one anniversary in their lives. I have 3. So, for Lauren, for our anniversary, I got her this.
I'm so excited to go through it.
It is the artwork of all the posters that have been used for rides at the Disney parks. Because Lauren is one of the biggest Disney park nuts that I fucking know. And this has stuff like concept art for some of the posters and everything, and it is actually a really fascinating book. It was apparently a D23 club thing, and it's been discontinued for a few years now, so I had to buy it off of someone to get it. So anyone can say this, whether they care to get gifts or not. Chrissy gets the most personal ones.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Which is the best and worst thing, because then it's like, what do I do? What do I do back?
How can I retaliate?
How do I? Giving gifts is not retaliation. That sounds like fighting.
Aggressively.
Welcome to
gifts.
my world.
Yeah, that is your world. Plus, me and Lauren next Sunday. Fair warning, next Sunday's AWKWARDcast has to be a shorter one because we're going to go see Lupin the First. Because, oh my god, there's one theater that is showing the dub one time, one day.
Yep.
At 4 p.m. our time. That's an hour away from where Lauren lives. So I have to do the show really quickly and then hop on a car, go down below, and all this stuff, and it's crazy. But we are fucking seeing this.
Okay,
because our actual...
So we need a really, really boring guest. And now, 1 week into the future, and hello and welcome to the AWKWARDcast. Today our guest is... And then the people who will have been here today will be like, so that's whom ANY thinks is a super duper boring guest.
But no, we because the actual which would have been an actual event in my life would have been, we found like this Beatles pop-up dining event that we were going to go to, and then it just canceled. Like, it was just
they didn't even say specifically why. They just said due to like external circumstances.
No, someone sneezed on the fucking food, and you're just not telling me. So they had to really like refund the tickets, and I'm like, okay, at least they did that. But the fact is, I didn't get any like major alert for it. I just got an email for it, but mind you, I get 1 million emails a day, so of course I'm not gonna immediately see that right away. And so I'm like, when I finally saw it, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, and because we were like, we should go see Lupin the First, and she was like, I don't know if I'll have the free time. I mean, we're already doing this. Oh, Lupin it is.
That's what I was like. I think this is God's way of telling us we're going to go see Lupin the First.
It's Lupin's way of telling us. Lupin destroyed the Beatles dining experience.
He sabotaged it. I should have known.
I guess I have one more thing for show and tell, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Need to go out in the living room and get it. Give me 1 second. Hey.
Well, she's over time. I guess we have to charge her double now.
Oh yeah, I also cut my toe with the lid of a pot. But anyways.
Oh yes, please show.
So yeah, because it was a certain denim liking person's birthday, I wanted to make a gift because this year's been such shit. Everyone deserves something nice. So looks like a normal jacket.
Yeah, that's boring.
Uh,
Oh!
and yep, and on the back is the Kraken. This is all hand painted with black paint and bleach. Let me tell you, painting with bleach is an experience, and I don't know if it was a good one for my health, but it was definitely a nice looking one.
No, it looks so good.
I'm really proud of the gradients on the tentacles, doing like very soft dabbing. The only thing that's not black paint or bleach or black marker is the eyes, because for some reason bleaching the eyes, it made like a weird green color, so I had to take a little bit of white paint to lighten it on the corners, so now it's like a glowing green and white. Sometimes life gives you happy accidents. I should know. I am one. But yeah, this was actually a really fun project to do, and yeah, and it gave me such a fucking heap of relief when I sent it to Denim, and she was like, "Ah, it looks awesome," and I'm like, "Oh, thank God." Oh, but yeah, my weeks have been comprised of painting this, and just trying to survive. Watching the vice presidential debates.
Oh boy.
We're not going to get into that.
That
Let's not get into.
must have been a really exciting thing, I've been told.
I mean, it was one of those things where I just felt like I was watching propaganda versus logic. I felt like I was watching Twitter. That's what it felt like. All
I know and heard about it is that there apparently was a fly.
There was a fly.
Yes, this is all that I
Like,
heard.
no, shut up. Just
And
shut up.
I heard it so
shut
much.
Up about the fly.
Okay.
I am sick of it.
You can't be sick of it when Jim Carrey got to be the fly on SNL last night, apparently. Which
I watched the segment. It really wasn't that good.
I don't
the
care.
writing just did not deliver on it.
I don't care.
Not even Jim Carrey fly.
We
Jeff
stand
Goldbluming
Jim
on
Carrey
his.
in this house, Lauren.
I have heard that Jim Carrey Biden is basically just Jim Carrey and not really a lot of Biden.
Yeah.
Unlike, for example,
testify to that.
Yeah, but unlike, for example, Baldwin Trump, who is a very on-spot Baldwin Trump or Trump parody.
I personally preferred Woody Harrelson Biden, because he somehow got like the little bit of that stilted presentation that he has while still doing like the Biden smile and having kind of that aged sound to his voice. I don't know. He was personally my favorite. But
you know, Woody Harrelson is too busy fighting zombies or prepping to fight zombies At this point, Zombieland may actually be a feasible thing with Bill Murray still in our lifetime.
They social distance in it. They don't wear masks. Never mind. Anyways, so media?
But no.
Or do you?
Yeah, I guess let's get in. No. I think that was.
Okay.
That was it.
May I go first, simply because it's already kind of announced what my media are, and also because I have it special prepped on my screen by halving my screen.
Go right ahead.
So yeah, my double feature of social media, because I'm not social media, just media. Exactly, the 2 Jelly Bean games that currently are hip with the kids. Wait, where is my? Come on, where is it? There, yeah, my man, yeah, he gets me. He gets me like nobody else. But yeah, to be hip with the fellow kids, I got to play both of those beauties in the last 2 weeks. The Fall Guys should, unless I forgot to upload it or release it, be actually as a full stream available on my Let's Play channel. So that's the one thing, Fall Guy. And I also got to play Among Us. And I have to say, I am very, very clearly leaning towards one of those 2 games.
I mean, same, but...
Yeah. With Fall Guys, I don't know. I only played it for those 2 hours, so that's a disclaimer, I guess. So I'm not sure if maybe there is this moment after the 3rd hour or something, but I played it for those 2 hours and I was like, oh yeah, Okay. 2 hours. I don't get my refund on Steam anymore. No, I usually don't refund games after that because I played them for a stream. I benefited off them for my 3 viewers, so I don't take the money then back. That seems kind of like a shit move. But no, for Fall Guys, I don't know. I don't know where the fascination came from. And even as a watcher, because I kept dying early on while this one up there survived longer, so I basically turned into a classic watcher's perspective after I actually found her.
Yeah.
Except for making everybody dizzy with swirling the camera around too much. I didn't get much out of the watcher experience, neither the player experience. The player experience probably more. And you have to give it to the game because when you die, you instantly can, unless you want to keep watching a teammate, you can just drop out and start the next game. So it's one of those games that have a fast turnover, which is nice. But it didn't really do it for me. I don't know. Maybe explain to me what is exciting about watching it. Because
I mean,
it
most
didn't
of the
click with me.
people's fascination with it is because it's supposed to be we played it in the worst possible way,
Okay.
besides maybe playing it by yourself, because it's a game that you have up to 4 people
Oh,
in
yeah.
it. It's like a party game. You have a full party. You kind of have the chaos element to it.
Maybe.
And that's the thing about it. It's like Takeshi's Challenge and fucking Mario Party with its mini games, and
But they're also
it's the mix. We just got a very bad hand
Okay.
of when it randomized, it gave us the same games each time, which is an issue with this fucking game, because I tried Season 2 the other night with Chi-Chi, and we just kept getting Season 1 game modes, and it's like, you need to have a better random level generator that evenly distributes the amount of games, so I'm not playing fucking Seesaws 17 times.
Is this game weighted?
Exactly, that's what it feels like. But I mean, I like playing it on stream, especially when you have the party of 4, just because it's a social game I like, because I don't need to focus on anyone else.
Maybe actually playing it as a team game gives some additional flair to it.
Oh yeah, but it's definitely an acquired taste, like most battle royales.
Yeah.
It loses its novelty fast. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Fair. But yeah, on the other end, Among Us, I saw Let's Plays of it that I enjoyed. And, I mean, it was super cut, so yeah, you have to take this one with a grain of salt. But yeah, we also played it originally for Denim's birthday last week. And so it was the first time I played it, which was like often enough I was really like, okay, noob question, is this and this thing actual possible in the game before I accuse anybody? Oh, okay, never mind, I have no sus whatsoever. So being an idiot, as usual. But yeah,
sometimes being an idiot's a good strat, because then
is.
people don't think that you're smart
yes.
enough to kill anyone.
Yes, I believe British Ninja basically got away with, and probably even won as an imposter by being like, oh, sorry, dear. I completely brain farted there. I'm not sure, is this a British accent at all?
It's an accent.
But yeah, then yesterday we actually did another round without an official event. It was just like pinging the gang, like, yo, gang, sup, want to do it again? And large parts of the gang were up for it. And so yeah, yesterday we ended up playing it for 5 hours until 1 a.m. in the morning from our German point of view. And we also played the hide and seek mode. And this is why I asked earlier. What we actually did was we turned the radius, the vision radius for the imposter super down, while the others actually. Oh, you did, but the normal people had a wider radius, so they could still see the imposter. and run
Yeah.
away and outmaneuver. Oh, that's why I asked earlier, and you were like, no, the crewman had
It's
limited.
been called hide and seek or imposter tag. It works either.
But yeah, when I asked earlier, it sounded like that the crewman had limited vision and not the imposter.
No.
Ah, okay, so you have played the same mode that we played, basically. Which is, I call it a mode. At the end of the day, it's just all the players play by different rules, by special rules. And yeah, we also played it on the Thing map. And so what ended up happening was that the imposter had to run out, open all the doors for everybody, and then come back, and only then the game started to have not this door situation that you described earlier.
Oh, but the door situation's fun, especially if you make the kill radius, so you have to be close to the imposter for it to kill you. So you could just be running around the small room like,
We had the kill radius on minimum, the imposter's vision on minimum, speed obviously up for everybody, and the imposter won the vast majority of games.
Maybe
Even
you guys
after
were just bad.
Or our imposters were really good. One of those two. Did I win?
I like believing that you were just bad. You
Uh,
gotta get those tasks done, man.
Yeah, I know. I often enough did. So that's the thing. No, but yeah, Among Us. Even so, I find it funny that it's often it has a label of social deduction game. But then again, the social deduction actually plays a very minor role, I would say. Often enough, it's like, yeah, I saw him do it. It was less social deduction and more like actual deduction. Like, yeah, he was the only person there. Let's murder them. But when it comes to mere fun factor, I'm clearly leaning towards Among Us. I would recommend Among Us because with $4 you cannot do wrong. I don't know, I have only played it with friends and with voice chat and everything, so I assume as every gaming experience that it's total shit if you play it with strangers. Oh, that was actually fun.
Like in the public servers?
Oh, this was actually fun. At some point, poof, suddenly there was another person in the room with us with a Russian name. And then
Yeah, because people will just randomly put in code.
Yes,
like,
yes, this must be the thing. And why Denim and I looked at each other like, since we were in the same room, like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? But whoever was our game leader started the game anyways with this stranger, with this Russian stranger in our party. Like, does anybody know Russian person? But yeah, besides that, playing it with friends, great fun. We actually had, in the group in which we played it, we didn't have any screaming matches, so maybe this is a matter of the personalities you have involved. I can see Chris getting loud and shouting over other people.
The group we had was Chris and Will included, so...
Yeah, somebody who was...
There were screams to be had.
Yeah, no, we actually
I wasn't even able to watch it, and I was getting the message notifications from the Discord of Will pretty much screaming, "I can't believe you did this." I'm like, okay, so
because
stuff's
people
going
get mad
down
when they get killed,
Yeah.
and because like, you know, you find out who's the imposters, and it's just like later on, and you're like, oh, come on, how is he fooling everyone? Chris did that so many fucking times where he'll, you know, make everyone else look sus, and then it turns out he was the killer, and it's
all
like.
along. But
I just kept blaming Sean the entire time.
But we actually had this yesterday that one of us was the first to die 5 rounds in a row, always first victim, and by coincidence, just coincidence. But this actually caused to like their mood being like super downer, even switching microphone off, being not able to properly talk anymore. So like. Frustrated, so we were like, okay, let's play a few rounds of hide and seek, which then turned it around again because they have adjusted completely other dynamic. There is no, there's like running around hectic. A game only takes 5 minutes, and I managed to pull off a double imposter. I was the imposter and murdered Denim. However, I had put on the plague doctor mask before that British ninja was wearing. So Denim thought that British Ninja had murdered her and was super angry with him the entire game. So I was an imposter. Duh.
You threw your bro under the bus. How could you?
It happened. I wasn't even doing that. It was just like after the game, Denim was like, "Yeah, I thought it was British the entire time." Anyways, enough of those. Fall Guys, for me personally, an absolute meh. I will probably not pick it up ever again. It will just sit in my library and not do anything. And Among Us, great fun. So with the right people at least. But yeah, with that, I got at least one other media, so I guess I will just throw this one on. Bloop. Well, yes, do it.
Okay, so your assignment
it's
last week
my
was
turn.
to
Yes,
write an
because I believe I haven't gotten one from Law yet, have I?
No, I can send you
Yeah, you
screenshots
told
of it.
me your media, Lauren. You didn't tell
Oh, I'm
him.
sorry.
The guy who
let
actually
me,
needs to put it
you
up
go
there.
yours and I can link with mine. Okay, so go ahead and you do that.
The YouTube recommendation god smiled upon me
It happens
linked
sometimes.
me this man named Daniel Thrasher. He's a skit man. He does little skits, and a lot of them revolve around the piano, because he's a pianist. And if you could see my screen right now, most of his videos have little red bars on the bottom because I've been watching him over and over, and he just is so fucking funny. He has great timing. His facial expressions are just mwah. And it very much has the who's the guy that does the pitch meetings?
Ryan.
videos?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Ryan George or whatever. He very much that energy because essentially he's just talking to himself.
Yes, as we can see.
And I love some of the humor in it. This one I think has the smartest humor of everything is derivative, because everything he plays, if you put it down an octave, play it slower or playing fast. Sorry, even though I can't hear it, I knew that was the Hotel California part.
It was actually.
Welcome to the LA Bed and Breakfast. It just becomes another song, and it's fucking genius, and I love it. I think a lot of people may have found him through a video that's been recommended a lot for people, which is when you finally write a hit song but your cat is dead.
yeah, that was the first one I watched.
Yeah, which is also great. But I really recommend. I'm just so happy that skits are coming back to the YouTube stratosphere, because you got stuff like Gus Johnson and Ryan and Daniel and a bunch of people bringing back the making little skits and shorts, because that used to be the big thing before Let's Players became overwrought.
Oh yeah, I see a piano in nearly every thumbnail.
Yeah, but unlike the unlike other piano ones, it's not dissecting anything. Or another person I like, Chris Cornell, that makes music to memes. This one is like actual skits. And if you like short bite-sized skits, I really recommend it. I don't see anyone that would have a huge disdain for this sense of humor. It's very much good timing, good pacing, all that stuff. If you like the pitch meeting videos, you'd like this. I guess the only gatekeeping thing would be some of them do revolve around certain musical aspects of I think there's one of when you play a tritone in medieval times, but he reforms that by making it that it summons a demon. Or in that video with the with Everything is a Different Song, he does state things like the key of E add a C add a B sharp, that kind of shit. But it's not, I don't think that's something that if you don't understand that to a profound degree, you'll lose something from it. It's just supplementary if you are someone that was in band class for 13 years, like me, and you just are like, ha. I guess the only short that he does that I could say is very much of take it or leave it, and I took it. Is when you're having a pun off with your teacher, which is nothing but musical puns. And so like music terms like coda and ramta and Figaro and all that shit and conductors. I personally love that shit because it's great, but some people may be like, this is such nerd shit. Get out of here. Give me your
Get
lunch
out
money.
of town.
You'll have the urge to try to steal someone's lunch money. But I really do think people will like this guy. The YouTube recommended algorithm has been getting better and better. I get shit like this and puppies. I think I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lauren, it's your turn.
Okay, now that I do have it.
It's showtime.
It is indeed showtime. This past week, on Monday, there was the airing of a Halloween special for Teen Titans Go. And as if you couldn't tell by this already, we had a visit from Beetlejuice. This is not the first time Beetlejuice has showed up in Teen Titans Go, but it is the first time he has shown up in 2D animated format. Because the first time he showed up was when they were promoting the Lego Dimensions new sets and stuff like that, and Beetlejuice was one of those characters that they interacted with in the Lego verse. But this particular Beetlejuice could be very promising for the future in terms of television animation, because not only was he the first time we've seen him in 2D animation in a long time, but he was also played by Broadway's own Beetlejuice, Alex Brightman. Yeah, so he finally got to revive his role as Beetlejuice after this whole Broadway shutdown has happened, and will continue to be shut down for a while longer. But we finally got to have our Beetlejuice fix back again with Alex Brightman doing his voice. What was cool about this episode, I don't know how much I can say unless you want to go watch it. It goes by so quickly. It's like an 11-minute episode, if not like 10-minute episode. It goes by. If you know the Teen Titans Go pace, it goes super fast.
It's lightning fast. Yeah.
I mean, this is
and people were almost
5.
anticipating it. People were almost anticipating the episode being a musical episode. In a way, it kinda is, but not really. It's only because they do a callback to the movie. They play Deo.
They play Deo.
So the Banana Boat
that's
song.
That's not a callback because you're just lip syncing Deo.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny how they delivered on it. And so the premise of the story is that the basically the Halloween spirit, the basically the ghoul that brings about Halloween, it goes missing. And so everything Halloween starts rotting and disappearing. And so the Titans have to go they have to go figure out what happened. And meanwhile, they summon Beetlejuice to help with that. And so so it was a lot of fun to watch this episode, and there's just a lot of references not only to the movie but to the cartoon series, and also to the content that never got made. There is at one point a joke about him saying, "Oh, I'm very busy. I've got a Broadway musical, planning a trip to Hawaii, and then I'm just got engaged to Winona Ryder." And so the trip to Hawaii was the Beetlejuice sequel that we never got. It was they were written up, they were working on it, and it just never came to be. I don't think it ever made it past script phase. So, but it was
a sequel to the original movie.
Yes, like Michael Keaton would have been Beetlejuice going to Hawaii.
And so that was the next level reference right there. But it was a really great episode. And there's a point where they do go to the Netherworld.
The Netherworld?
Yes. And they go to the Netherworld, and it looks almost like a new and improved version of the Netherworld, which actually technically they call it the Neitherworld in the original cartoon series. You get to see a new version of that, but it's a total callback to the original cartoon series from like the late 80s. I think there was a lot that they tried to establish in a very short amount of time that could have been just enough to run with for a revamped Beetlejuice cartoon. And that's what even Alex Brightman was hoping for, was that if there was enough fan momentum and enough demand for it, that quite possibly we could get a new Beetlejuice cartoon, because this showed that they can do it. Even though it was just taking it and putting it into a different show just to borrow the format for a little bit. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and I like that they made his design like Keaton, but also a little like the it's like a little bit of all three Beetlejuices. You have the Keaton aspect, you have the cartoon aspect, but you also have a little bit of Brightman's pizzazz to it. Also, he's kind of got a little gut, like Broadway's Beetlejuice too.
That's true,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
because Broadway's Beetlejuice eats well.
He does.
Which I
Yeah,
love.
he
I
does.
love it.
But yeah.
And his hair's way more green in this, like in the Broadway too. So.
But
yeah.
I'm getting a disturbing takeaway from this entire thing. Are you
Uh-huh.
saying that if things go well, we have to be thankful to Teen Titans Go for bringing back Beetlejuice as a cartoon?
Potentially.
Do we-
I mean,
are we
I would-
forced to have positive feelings towards Teen Titans Go?
I
mean, given the episode was pretty good, I mean, I can't deny that you can give credit where credit is due. It doesn't mean.
And I really
does
don't
that make
want
the show
to.
overall? Does that make
Teen
the show
Titans
overall
Go-
good? Not exactly,
No.
but you can have moments that can somewhat redeem it, even in a small way. It doesn't mean it's. The show doesn't have to be perfect all the way through. It can have its
Teen
shining moments, and
Titans
this was
Go
a
has a
shining
weird-
moment.
Teen Titans Go has a weird habit that their crossover episodes are usually their best ones, because they did one with Scooby Dooby and the Family Feud, and it was actually really fucking funny. And and to give them credit, they were the one time that I found the new Powerpuff Girls that they did in 2017 bearable.
Teen
And I'm
Titans
just
Go,
kinda-
best when it's not with its main, best when other people
Best
get
when
at
it's
it.
interacting with other people.
They make a
But
good foil, I guess.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and one thing I will say about the cartoon, about the episode though, is that because Beetlejuice revolves around death, I'm gonna just say it right now, the Titans do have to die as part of the episode. So if that brings you any bit of solace,
I've seen that moment. Yeah, that he literally takes out an axe and slices them.
he's like, in order to go to the Netherworld, you're gonna have to die, and they're like, what? So
and
I'm
you
like,
see the dead pile of bodies. So
I mean, the thing is, like, I like the Titans as characters, even so they appear in this show and in the show Titans on Netflix, and some of them in Justice League. I mean, actually only Cyborg, but nevertheless.
I mean, you just have to just make the distinction. You like the anime Titans.
mhm.
But the
Because that's
specific
basically-
ones.
Yeah, the anime Titans.
Oh, the
Not animated, anime. The weeb styled Titans.
Yeah, but those are also weep style. they
That's
just
not
take
weebs.
it-
That is the most
Not really.
Western looking animation I've ever seen.
No, but
Thick
they
out-
still
thick
do
outline,
those.
bright colors.
But they still do the entire anime things that also have been
Not
part
often.
of. Really? I wouldn't know. I haven't watched it.
No, what they do.
No,
is
I
like
can
the weird
personally tell you
Western-
this is way more Western.
Okay.
This was
Go
is way more Western style.
Yeah, they do exaggerated faces and stuff, but it's more like, Western exaggeration. Like Ren and Stimpy or Looney Tunes and that kind of. It is a
Mhm.
Warner Brothers cartoon, so it's just. But yeah, would you say this is actually an episode of Teen Titans Go that even if you vehemently don't like Teen Titans Go, they could like because they insert Beetlejuice humor into it?
Yeah, I like, honestly, I liked the episode. So, and it was, the writing actually wasn't all that bad, because whoever was writing for it knew exactly how to deliver upon all the references and little notes that needed to be hit. And especially in terms of writing for Beetlejuice, which, I mean, you could write a chaotic character, but in terms of him, there is a certain way to write for him, and you have to be correct with that, especially because he's a double crosser. That he's just, you have to be able to, I guess you could say in a way, early Discord. So you're not sure whether to trust him or not, but at some point you're just like, I have no choice but to trust him in order to get to from point A to point B. And so with Beetlejuice and his chaotic nature, I think they did a really great job with writing for him and delivering the visual gags for him. And they weren't afraid to go gross and to go morbid with the humor. So I mean, I'm just saying, and everybody loved it. So they're like, so I mean, I say it's pretty. I'm pretty hopeful that we could potentially get a Beetlejuice 2.0.
We'll see. I'll do my best of linking the episode on YouTube. Hopefully this link will stay active.
Alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's already sliced in 5. This 11-minute episode is already sliced in 5 pieces, so...
God, doesn't that feel like classic YouTube, though? Where
does,
you would
kind of,
watch,
doesn't
like,
it?
anime split into 5 parts.
Kind of. But yeah.
Oh, God. That's how I watched most of, what was it? Fucking... Soul Eater. I watched Soul Eater on YouTube before I realized, oh, it's on Toonami, and I don't need to watch 5 parts of it.
Soul Eaters, I believe, was already my torrent phase, so I had them all on my hard drive.
You had the world in your hands. But we are at the Q&A, and we're making good time for once.
Hey, yeah,
This needs to be the speed for the show next week.
Let's get a super duper boring guest. Like, who is super boring? The problem is the guys we usually bring back, the guys and gals, are usually the ones we have
Are
a good
fun.
show with. Exactly.
Or they and the thing is, most of the people we like ramble because we hang around people that are like us. So
True.
who do we get that's short and to the point? Christian? Sean? We could get Sean. The epitome of boring.
Wow.
No, he admits that he's a boring person. Lauren, you've heard him say that. Shut
Yes.
Anyways,
I can still go,
questions.
up. And yeah, it's question time. The Q&A. Let's
Yay.
see.
So maybe I have one quick question, which is on theme. Let's find out. By the Magical Cossack. Hey Abby, since Halloween is coming up, who is your favorite horror movie monster? Is it on theme, or will there be a different answer than what we expect at this point?
A horror movie. I mean, Beetlejuice isn't horror. He's technically
Horror
so
comedy.
I can't.
The
So
original
don't say if that's what
movie.
you're expecting.
I mean, it would be
Okay.
on theme, and you're wearing all the merch, and I mean, I'm not sure how deep you are into horror movies in general.
Like I don't really watch a whole lot of horror movies. I mean, I think of like classic movie monsters if that loops into
guess.
it.
That counts.
Like Universal original horror movie
yeah.
monsters, like that kind of stuff. Shoot, a horror movie. Man.
And I guess we
I
can
guess we
answer
could
the
say-
question
We
too.
could say ours.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Technically, this could count as horror. Can Jaws count as horror?
Sure.
Yes, Jaws can count as horrors because the ocean
Then
is
Jaws.
terrifying.
And I'm like, Jaws probably, and I would normally say, okay, maybe even like Jurassic Park may even loop into a horror movie in a way, but I love dinosaurs too much to be like, I love them all. They do so much good in the movie in terms of eliminating bad people. I'm like, exactly.
I guess what makes a horror, because it basically Jaws, the monster in Jaws is just a big white shark, so it's actually not a monster in a supernatural sense. Yet, I believe we would have more people agreeing that Sharks is a horror movie, while Jurassic Park isn't, even so in both cases you have monster-esque animal hunting humans. But I guess it boils down to the way of shooting, how much is focused on suspense. While in Jurassic Park we have individual scenes, like the infamous brrr, brrr. It's more about the action and the suspense, and less about the suspense. While in Jaws, it's all like people sitting on the beach.
Yeah, it's especially the fear lies in what you don't see, especially when you have that first instance, the girl being pulled underwater, and you don't see what's pulling her under. And so yeah, I think Bruce is like my like in terms of a favorite horror movie. I guess it would be Jaws, and then specifically the monster out of that would be Bruce,
Which is the name of the shark.
which is the name of the
Yes.
shark. Because that's what Spielberg. That's what Spielberg named
Jaws.
Because I think it was like Spielberg named it after his lawyer.
Ooh, that says a lot about their relationship. Keyframe, what about you? Totally not saying this because I have no clue what my answer will be.
I mean, if we're just going by, if we go by monsters, my favorite monsters are ghosts. I think ghosts are the coolest Is that a surprise to anyone? Like, come on now. I guess horror movie monster though. Any of the monsters that are in fucking Cabin in the Woods, those things were fucking cool. Especially the mermaid thing that dragged that one doctor.
Yeah, very unique interpretation of merman.
Yeah, they all had really unique designs for those monsters.
Fucking evil unicorn, the tooth fairy.
Yeah, the ballerina one was
I believe it is supposed to be a tooth fairy. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a ballerina because that's the one that's connected to the item with the music box.
She definitely has the outfit of a ballerina, but the face is all like a more
teeth,
of teeth.
Yeah.
That's why I saw it.
Who knows? But either way, that one's fucking creepy. I hate mouth horror, and I hate fucking eye horror. Like anything that happens to this or this, no, thank you. That's why I can't stand the first Saw movie. Because, oh my god, the fucking lollipop hat. I hate it.
No,
the rest of the Saw movies just become fun at the end of the day.
Torture porn never. Torture porn, I cannot watch it.
There's a point where it gets ridiculous enough. Like that, I think it was like Saw 4 or something. I think Linkin Park or some band fucking all gets killed by a car. Like one guy is stuck in the car with his foot on the wheel, and then a guy gets hit, and then it goes right back and hits another guy. At some point, it just becomes Looney Tunes with blood. But I don't like torture. I like weird death. Like exploding or something. Like I think I like things that are that are ridiculous enough that I could be like, sick, cool. I don't like things that are, for example, I don't like the astronaut thing in Love, Death and Robots where we're painfully seeing
Oh god.
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to like The Boys, it's disgusting, but I like it. But yeah, I guess.
All right, Max, how about you?
Keyframe almost destroyed it for me. Because my cop-out answer, because I cannot come up with a proper one, is Homelander. Because
Homelander's terrifying, though.
A little bit. I mean, we talked about it in the beginning, like how it's mostly about the presentation, if it is a horror or not. And while The Boys is definitely not shot as a horror movie, Homelander is a horror movie monster. You just would have to edit it a little bit differently. I mean, there's not much editing that's needed to turn this from a very mature, while immature, so an adult-rated, R-rated, immature superhero parody. Homelander's fucking creepy. Oh boy.
That Anthony Starr has a weird ability of just looking dead behind the eyes. Like,
oh yeah,
this man has no feelings. It's just, he's creepy.
But yeah, what do we have on the Discords? I need to check the channel on my phone again because we are screening through Discord.
On the Discord. Let's see.
I mean, in the meantime, for distraction, I can point out that I finally updated my background. See? Now finally, this picture is better visible again. Oh shit, I ripped the nail out of the wall.
How long did you wait so you could do that gag?
He lost the nail.
I lost the nail.
This is what we call karma in most circles.
Well, I guess we will now have an ugly hole right there over my head. No, I
Maybe
had.
don't walk around in just socks around that area. Or with it, you'll discover where the nail is.
Oh, no.
Uh,
The nail is right here, but it doesn't belong here. It belongs up there in the wall.
anyway, questions.
Yes, please.
Curious Idiot asks, all right, so everyone is going to ask you what your favorite candy is, so I'm going to be different and ask you what your least favorite candy, and they said if anyone says Almond Joy, I swear to God. I mean, Almond Joys kind of suck, but,
Oh, no, those are fighting words. I love Almond Joys, so.
it's just, but no, my two things, I don't like a lot of milk chocolate candies. I think milk, especially American milk chocolate, is fucking garbo. And I hate anything with coconut in it. Fuck coconut.
Oh, see, more for me.
Yeah, so my dad loved Almond Joys and coconut candies, and Lord knows I don't know what you liked about them, Dad. Fuck off. So those are mine.
Least favorite candy. Bounty, probably for a similar thing. I don't like coconut in certain circumstances, which is cocktails and candy. So, and Bounty is like, but I have even heard from people who generally like coconut that the coconut flavor of Bounty is gross to them. So, Bounty.
Yeah. What about you, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm with you that I don't like milk chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Like that's why I'm like when you get like the what did they call them? I think they were the Three Musketeers. The Three Musketeers, the Midnight, whatever. When it's the dark chocolate on the outside, those
are Milky Way Midnights.
Milky Way's Midnights. Sorry. So, but it's because it has the dark chocolate on the outside. Least favorite. Man, that's actually a tough one. Circus peanuts. Does that count?
Are those candy? I thought they were
Yeah, they're made of
styrofoam.
sugar. They're made of sugar.
I thought that was a failed styrofoam experiment. What are you doing?
Stuff keeps falling off the wall.
Maybe you should have stuck with the green screen. It's less maintenance.
Technical difficulties. Stuff reset on my computer. My green screen isn't working anymore. Yes.
Anyways, so there's your answers. Fuck coconut and Lauren's.
The circus
peanuts. I don't know what you would classify circus peanuts as, though. I hate
They're
them.
like almost like marshmallows, but they're not really marshmallows. They're almost like a foam. They're like wannabe marshmallows that aren't full marshmallow. They're bootleg marshmallow.
My mind.
Okay, so we have a would you rather.
On
Would you from Mr. E. Oh, do we have another Twitter?
We have
question?
another Twitter, which is also would you rather.
Oh.
But for once, a positive one, while the majority of would you rathers that we get are usually like, would you rather get the plague or have your arm put into a mixer? I don't know, we get weird questions. No, today it's a more positive one, like, would you rather, by J-Rock by the way, would you rather live in a cave or in a treehouse?
Ooh.
Treehouse.
Why?
Less predators. Look, all the things I fear are too dumb to climb.
Fair. Lauren?
Yeah, I would normally say it's actually a really good one because if done right, either the cave could even work. But I will have to go with treehouse. 1, better view. 2, less predators. 3, treehouses are fucking awesome.
I'm afraid I will not move in with you two, because I will go for the cave. More sturdy, potentially better internet because you can put a cable in there, which is then go through the stonework and not has to go up a trunk of a tree.
We're not going to go to the hypothetical that you can install internet in your cave.
Live in. Would you rather live in a cave or a treehouse? We are talking about a permanent residence. Of course.
I feel like, though, if you had to be stuck with the two options, a cave or treehouse, something bad is happening.
Also, a cave is more weather resistant.
Yeah, and locking you into a cave. I get nervous about that.
lightning strikes the tree where your treehouse is in. If we are talking about natural catastrophes, the cave is probably still better because you will still be alive if there's a rock slide.
To be fair, Lauren, he has a point. Where we live on the United States, we probably should not pick tree. Fuck.
Yeah.
I forgot that we're in California. I'll move to New York and live in a tree.
Fair. But yeah, that's my
okay.
point. Cave is more secure, it's more grounded, literally. It's more weather resistant, so not just about a storm, but also in winter you can probably close off the entry a little bit, while this treehouse is still this wooden thing up in the tree with gaps and stuff. Anyways, next question, I guess.
Yeah, next question. It's another would you rather. From Mr. Enigma. Would you rather, spoopy edition, would you rather have a candy touch from September 30th to October 31st, but all the candy is grandma candy like licorice and candy corn? Or I guess candy touch is kind of like Midas touch, so anything you touch.
Oh, so it'd be like anything you touch turns to candy. Okay.
Yeah. Or anytime during October that you see and hear the word Halloween, you spontaneously sing and dance out your favorite Halloween song from your favorite Halloween movie. How many Halloween movies are musicals, Enigma? Because if we just stick it to Halloween song, I'm just going to be bursting out singing spooky, scary skeletons. Yeah.
Halloween.
Or that.
Dun, dun,
Or
dun,
that. They are pretty close together. No, I would be doing... my favorite Halloween song is Jack's Lament, so I'll just be in cemeteries all the time going, like, poor old Jack. I'm going to do the musical numbers. I like food.
Yeah.
I can't have all my food be sweet. That become fucking torture after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna
weight.
second you on that because I would much rather have the option to eat whatever I want because my sweet tooth naturally isn't very strong. So
and
I would definitely, and I love musicals. So
And I guess the implication was that it's not great candy like grandma candy and licorice. Or candy corn.
I like candy.
But I think I like that.
I like candy corn.
Okay.
I like grandma candy. For I am, in my heart of hearts, a grandma. But I don't need to eat it all the fucking time. There's only so much sustenance you can get from a Werther's original.
But yeah, I also have to join you in this answer. So while I would say the problem was not the question was a fair one, but you asked the wrong people the question. Between 3 content producers who make themselves, who clown about for an audience on a regular basis, just bursting into song at random is not as horrible as to the normal citizen. While gross sweets all the time, no, I like some savory food every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen this man eat an entire bucket of candy before, like
It's
from
true.
the...
But I also eat an entire pack of chips in one go.
Yes, because you have no self-control. I'm surprised you actually eat meals. Okay, so
Next question.
Next question. God, I hate the sound of plastic bags.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Plastic bag.
Plastic bag.
Grandma Denim Kraken Ninja says, we're starting to get more promising looking reboots of older cartoons, like Animaniacs and Clone High. Are there any other old series you would like to see brought back? Just to say, if you go on Twitter, I just saw it because I keep Twitter on my other screen. They finally released an actual full clip from the new Animaniacs.
I was so
I don't
happy.
think it's a clip from the Animaniacs, it's a promo clip, like exclusively talking about the bringing it back.
It's a promo. Well, no, there's an actual, like, whether it's a teaser or not, it shows what the animation is going to look like.
Are we talking the Jurassic Park one?
Yes.
Yes, that's an actual specific promo trip where they're talking about bringing it back. But still, yeah, it's a true animation. That's yeah.
And it looks, mwah, I love it.
Mwah.
Oh, so good.
And
But,
right out of the gate, parodying Jurassic Park. I mean, that's perfect.
I mean, how else are you gonna do it?
With Spielberg.
Link
how
down
else
below.
Yeah. So, Lauren, you're our guest. We should actually have you go first for once. What's a show? I guess because we're stating older cartoons. So we're going to stick it to animation, make it more specific. What animated thing from yesteryear would you like to come back?
There was one with this ghost boy, When you say his name
Casper?
3 times.
Okay.
Stop taking my answers.
No, I actually was giving you your answer
No,
that you already
I know.
expressed earlier.
Yeah,
You
like,
had a
well,
lot
yeah,
of
for sure.
Eustace energy there, Lauren. Like, you stupid dog.
I mean, yeah, for sure, Beetlejuice because would be one of them. I'm trying to think of another one because it's funny because as much as you could want a show to come back, you have to think of where it left off to begin with. And so you have to think, do I want to continue that when where it left off? Maybe it was better to leave it off the way it did. But with Beetlejuice, it never really got that. So I mean, that's one of those things where I feel like it really does deserve a continuation or a reboot of sorts. And I know that Clone High was already taken, and we're already going to be getting that revamp, so we're getting that. I can't include that in the animation, but in my answer, but I am happy that we are getting it, so I don't have to answer for that. Shoot, I'm trying to think of other ones, but I know for sure.
Do you want us to stall for you?
And I mean,
I think I may just leave it for my one answer. At the very least, we can discuss others. I'll leave my answer as Beetlejuice.
Okay,
So.
what about you, Max? You have out of the three of us, you have the widest breadth of childhood cartoons. So.
Probably, yeah. I'm also thinking about ones that could. I mean, the question is like, as you brought up, like where did they leave off? So you could decide between some that a reboot, like giving it a new spin, like She-Ra, or making it a continuation of what was there before.
Like Samurai Jack season 5.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that there is probably rarely a good example for that one, and here you had one right at the go. Indeed. I mean, one that comes to mind, and since usually one good idea is all I get out of me per asking session, I would maybe say Gargoyles. While it had a very brilliant 3 seasons before then everything turned into a dumpster fire in the 4th season, full of horrible writing, atrocious animations that even I, as an amateur in the field of animation, as a child could notice as inferior. Maybe bringing it back, giving it a little bit of a nowadays revamp, like as in the She-Ra sense, not because anything in the old. Then again, the old She-Ra did not age well, while the new one is beautiful. And Gargoyles actually aged well. Gargoyles aged so well.
But it's still at the end of the day, because it took place in what was then modern New York, a period piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it could do with a bit of revamping, also just to help tell the stories that it probably couldn't have been able to tell back then. The day.
Also, think about what DuckTales did. Like they just took the old show and really, while they did not, they reinvented it in a different way than She-Ra. She-Ra completely created its new unique universe, which basically took inspiration from the old one, but was very much its own thing. While DuckTales is very much a new interpretation of the same IP, like with the same ideas, but a little bit turned up to 11. And something like this, I guess, could work for Gargoyles. But yeah, this was my answer.
Yeah, I guess mine would be.
Now you have to pick
probably
one.
Clerks the animated series. The ones in my head that I was going through were ones that did run for a considerable amount of time. So you had like Courage the Cowardly Dog and things like that, where I'm like, I would love to see what they put Courage on fucking HBO Max and then do whatever horrifying things you want that you couldn't do on TV. Make it spooky, because that show was probably what got me into horror in the first place. Jesus Christ. But no, the Clerks the animated series is so funny. I love the show. We get to have Alec Baldwin being an insane person again, which would be great. And that show was so tragic because they made only like 12 episodes and only 3 got put to television. So I would really love to see it come back. I mean, Clerks is a very timeless thing. Kevin Smith is constantly saying he's making a Clerks 3. Where is it, Kevin?
I mean, wasn't Clerks... I haven't seen it yet. It kind of slipped through, but hasn't Clerks 2 been kind of a letdown?
It depends on who you ask,
Okay.
but Clerks the animated series has been widely touted as one of the funniest things. Plus, it also
Didn't they do a flashback episode in the second episode?
But I mean, like, we would also get Jay and Silent Bob back because they were recurring characters in the Clerks animated series.
Or
and I'm
anything
more than happy with
Kevin Smith
I'm
does.
more than happy with more Jay and Silent Bob existing. Or oh god, what was it? There was a character in the Clerks animated series that was like a constantly recurring guest role that they constantly shout on, that was a basketball player, but in my head I can't picture, was it Magic Johnson or Shaquille O'Neal? It was one of those two, I think. And it was funny as fuck because all they did was have Jay and Silent Bob come in and beat the shit out of him all the time. Mwah. So yeah, mine would be Clerks the animated series. And I mean, the people who did the visual work for Clerks still gets work, because that was the character designer for Clerk and the art director went on to do character designs for Kim Possible, and now they work on Big Hero 6 to my knowledge. So.
Steven Silver. We actually had him on Animation Communications a while back to talk about that, and he did touch a little on Clerks and said how much fun he had designing characters. So
yeah,
there was.
I mean, if you look at the Clerks animated series style, you're like, yeah, that I could believe that became someone who worked on Kim Possible. But yeah, so next question. Mr. Joe Mule asks, Halloween is right around the corner. Still, even if 2020 makes us all be in our homes and cancel trick or treating, not going to not acknowledge your misspelling, we should still dress for the occasion. And my question to the three of you is, what would you dress as for Halloween? Okay, so I'm going to get a big cotton ball and put little spurs on it. I'll be the most terrifying creature of all time. No, I mean, look, man, I'm a cosplayer. I have like 15 costumes in my closet. I have white hair. I could probably just dress up as Spider-Gwen and no one would be none the wiser.
I mean, you could. Very well.
Yeah, I guess I'll just pick Spider-Gwen because that's simply the costume I look the best in and I think looks the coolest.
I mean,
plus full body and I get hot in it really fast. It's perfect for the fall.
I mean, I might actually go for a Helltaker, but with a little bit more effort than right now. Also kind of trying to whiten up the hairs, get some little horns to peek out. Probably then going for which one is it? Malia, the begruntled one who likes video games, because that's my spirit animal. Let's be honest here. So, while currently this is, again, the Justice outfit, but Justice is cool and look better for the promo, but, I might actually go for it, because it's my style, and I have worn my Star-Lord outfit so many times. I know let's wait for the next Guardians movie. If it restores Star-Lord as a good guy and not as a dum-dum who screws up, Infinity Wars, then maybe I get out the good old Star-Lord again. But yeah, having a little bit of Helltaker for an exchange would be nice. And beyond that, my Lauren? Creativity.
I'm actually going to dress up because I'm doing like a little photo shoot on Halloween with a friend of mine. So it just keeps it local and then just can be socially distanced. So I actually am putting together a costume. I'm doing it as DIY as I possibly can make it and cost efficient in that respect. But because this year marks 20 years of The Emperor's New Groove, if you probably haven't been following me on Twitter, you probably missed out on a poll I did where I was trying to debate whether I was going to be Emperor Cusco or Llama Cusco. I'm gonna be in a way both. So, so I'm making pieces to be like where I could be. I was originally thinking of doing transitional pieces between being fully human Cusco, and then I could put on like llama stuff later. But I may be just like a halfway point, which would be pretty funny to have him like in the robes, but he would have like I don't know, I'd do like mittens for the hooves or something like that, and then he have ears sticking out, and then and then have like maybe a little bit of makeup on to emulate like the llama face.
Basically like disguised Cusco in the diner.
Yeah, his peasant disguise.
The honeymooners.
Eating a giant pill bug.
Thank you for being seen in public.
Yeah. Bless you for coming out in public.
God, Emperor's New Groove is good. I can't believe that movie is 20 years.
Here's something to remake.
We don't need a remake of Emperor's New Groove. That could be.
We do not.
That stays untouched, pristine. Nothing beats David Spade, Patrick Warburton, and Eartha Kitt. No.
Groovy.
This is my.
I don't need Tom Holland being Cusco.
Oh no! I want to see it with Tom.
Wouldn't that be whitewashing? Cusco's fucking like Middle American.
Who voiced him originally?
David Spade. But if you were gonna do a live action Emperor's New Groove.
Oh no, not live action. No. I wasn't talking live action. No. Disney down. Bad mouth. Bad. No.
Not on the carpet.
Yeah, because it was like, he was like, I want to say it was Peruvian because it was like the Aztec Mesoamerica.
Yeah, I mean they said that in the
culture.
fucking cartoon show where they were like, where Patrick was Kronk was like, "I'll blow him right off the face of Peru." But okay,
and he kept saying, and he would. It was so funny. He would also go Machu Picchu, like he would just.
But okay, good question. There you go. Let's see. Oh, someone gave us another Would You Rather. And you know what? This is a good one. Would you rather do a Bean Boozled challenge or a Ghost Pepper challenge?
What is Bean Boozled?
Give me that, give me that fucking hot
Bean
sauce,
Boozled.
baby. No,
Bean Boozled is the shit we did in Vegas with Golden, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing Golden made us do.
Ooh.
I don't
I
need it.
literally threw up.
You did not throw up. Did you throw up in the sink?
The
I know
fish
you
got.
spat.
Because I bit the fish and I did it with my the tooth in the side, not with the Schneidezähne, but with the Backenzähne.
Yeah.
Stuff got stuck in there.
Oh, I didn't know you threw. Oh, honey, I didn't know you threw up.
I threw up in the sink. Fun behind the scenes.
Oh, I thought you were washing your mouth.
Yeah, because I threw up.
Hold on a second. Hey, Brett. So, we're talking about Bean Boozled on the podcast. Apparently Max threw up in the sink. You know when we thought he was just washing his mouth out, he threw up in the sink. Do you feel bad now? You made that happen. Your fault.
I don't believe for a second that he threw up.
He did. Why would he lie?
Because maybe he's exaggerating.
Your fault. You live with that knowledge. Okay, he's gone now. You're lying.
Yeah, we heard.
Even then, to speak for myself, I would rather be faced with Bean Boozled than the pain of a ghost pepper burn.
No, I'd rather
I'll
spice,
put that
man.
out there.
I'd rather put spice because at some point heat reaches a point where it doesn't have a flavor; it's just heat. The flavors in Bean Boozled are literally gut wrenching. I can't, like the rotten egg one or something. It was rotten egg or stink bug. That shit was like, I mean, if people watch Golden's fucking vlog,
In
those
the
retching
description
sounds,
down below.
those retching sounds were not me just being silly. Those are actual like not fun. We're never letting that man pick a game again. You do realize this. We're not.
I mean, okay, let me see. But yeah, what you already picked Abby, right? Because hot was too hot.
Yeah, I said, I'm like, well, I'd rather just not kill my tongue.
Yeah.
I like to taste things. Thank you.
Here's the thing. I'm torn. I'm really torn. On the one hand, I obviously prefer hot. I mean, not obviously, but I do prefer hot to gross tastes. But I'm also aware that hot has hot is something tasting hot means. Yeah, but hot means that it affects your nerves, that it burns your nerves, and your nerves don't have any have any better ideas than signaling to the brain, "Ow, pain. Let's call it hot." And that's also the thing why people get desensitized to it, because they, as far as I know, maybe I'm also a horrible source of spreading urban myths here, but to my knowledge, that if you eat a lot of hot, this kills the nerve endings for it. This is how you desensitize yourself to it, which is why it comes with diminishing return, especially if you go the deep end and do some ghost pepper challenge. And I like hot, so I don't want to lose my capability to taste it. And now that I know how to taste bean boozled beans, namely biting them with the front teeth and not with the, what do you call them? The chewers.
Molars?
Incisors?
The
Molars?
molars?
Molars, yeah. You bite them with the front teeth, not with the molars. So if it's a gross one, you can spit it out and you're done with it. So I might go with Bean Boozled, actually. Even though I like hot, but I don't want to waste it for me. Also, thanks Nelson for the clip. I assume this is like the hidden shame has been revealed. I assume it's probably about the
Is it me yelling at Brett?
Potentially, but yeah, guys, always clipping. Clipping is great, and if I'm not an idiot, I will also share it on Twitter if I don't forget.
Exactly. Or Wolfhead can make a funny, silly haha.
All that. Or another thing, I actually intend to, if I ever get to this point where I finish my 6 fan art challenges, where I have still 1.5 in front of me, I want to actually get into animatics for funny clips from either AWKWARDCast or Gaming and Ties, and before I have to pick a funny clip, you guys clipping what? Yeah, exactly.
You think he's gonna watch the full VODs?
I mean, I might, knowing myself, but
he'll just skip to the parts where he's talking.
Also true, but no, actually, who can better decide when it's entertaining for outside people than outside people? But yeah,
exactly.
Sorry.
No, I'm just, while I'm looking for a question. Also, just to say, that answer was so easy for me because people who know me know that I am that example of spice tolerance, because I will just. Max has the hot fucking sauce in his house, and I just poured it on my pizza when I was visiting.
Yeah. I was using the what is called the sauce. It's also a famous
sriracha.
Sriracha. Well, I pour sriracha very generously on it, and this gives me a nice spice. Yes, she takes the hottest fucking sauce or hot fucking sauce.
I love hot things. It hurts so good. Fun fact, my dad used to get mad when I would get buffalo chicken taquitos at 7-Eleven, and he constantly said, "You're gonna get stomach ulcers." Anyways,
next question.
Let's see. I think we could do a couple more. Netro asks, what's the worst game you personally have ever played? We haven't gotten this question in a long time, and not with Lauren being here. I mean, Lauren's had one of the worst gaming experiences recently, realizing her PlayStation 2 was dead.
Yeah, I'm like, because I technically haven't played a bad game. I maybe just like, my console kind of, like I tried to fix my PS2 Slim the other night because I got a brand new game. New PS2 game that I bought.
New.
and I was trying to play it, and it wasn't reading the disc, so I had to go and do surgery on my PS2 Slim, and it still wasn't working, not for any game at all. And so I had to get a new Slim. Fortunately, I found one for a really good price. Thank you, Mercari. So it'll be here soon. But I never get to have any time to really play games. The last time I bought a game for myself before this time was
Kingdom Hearts.
2015. No, my brother technically bought that game. So,
okay.
The last game I bought for myself, for me to play, was Undertale in 2015. That's how long ago it was for me to buy a game to play for myself. So this was, I was really excited, looking forward to it. And I'm just like, I get to have some time for myself. I kind of finally get to get on to a game console that isn't my PC, and I can just play for a bit. And just, I was just very disappointed. I just got, I'm like, I was so looking forward to playing it, I didn't get to, but hopefully in a few days or whatnot, I'll be able to. So that doesn't exactly answer the question, but I haven't really had any bad gaming experiences. So I can't say there was a worse game I played.
Aren't you just a lucky little thing?
I don't game enough.
I'm sorry you're not a pro gamer. Mine is the South Park game on the PlayStation.
Ooh, the infamous one?
The turkey one, yes.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Actually, I've seen gameplay of that one.
I recently acquired it, and I played it, and oh my god, I could see why Matt and Trey refused video game adaptations until Stick of Truth, because it's so bad! It looks like Silent Hill, first of all, in the visibility in the town, because you're just walking and it looks like the fucking Stephen King's Mist is around the town the entire time until a turkey comes charging at you, shooting eggs out of his ass. And that should be funny! That should be funny. It's South Park. You know, there's a fucking turkey buttholes rendered in PlayStation graphics. Ain't that great? Not when it's a terrible game to play. That's mine.
I have probably played far worse, but now you all know the curve where with... Oh no, I have a better example. I was about to say Fall Guys, which is not a bad game, it's just not my game. So it would be the subjectively worst game with time as a factor in it, because the closer, the more you still feel it. No, but there was a game, something postal hero, post-adventure or something, which was a mobile game, which is probably already enough red flags to know. So this will just turn into a rant on mobile games in general. I hate it when you have a nice enough gameplay loop, which I could just casually play forever, but they do those stupid games where there is some kind of pseudo RPG progression system in it, which starts out super fast and then evens out harder and harder to the point where you either have to grind forever, so the entire nice progression feel out of the gameplay loop disappears, or you pay money. And this was just probably the last, because I had a time where I was looking for mobile games, and now I'm back to Picross on my Picross mobile games are actually decent. But
those are fun.
Yeah, but mobile games, it's and here's the sad thing. I'm pretty for PC games or console games. You usually have a large audience because they are high profile games, so you get a decent amount of reviews on them. While those and the mobile games probably also have a different audience, which is just willing to do this grind, this brainless grind, but I found it so disappointing because I like the aesthetic, I like the beginning of the game, and if the progression would have stayed, even if the gameplay loop did not have a lot of variation, if it just would have continued going in a acceptable pacing, I would have liked it. But due to the fact how they simply for the quirky world it took place in, but due to this evening out where it just turns into a frustrating grind or money payment, Fuck those kind of games. They ruin even potentially good ideas. And I don't get any mobile games. I know there are good mobile games out there, but how do you tell them apart?
Did that happen with Fallout Shelter or whatever? Because you used to play Fallout Shelter a lot on your phone.
Fallout Shelter was no, Fallout Shelter, I believe, to the end game. In the end game, it reached that point because there are also the built-in achievements, and one achievement is to get all the special gears or all the special characters. One of those two, and I had only. After having already spent dozens of hours in it, and I had most of the achievements, this one was still on 1 out of 20. And obviously you can get those guys out of lunchboxes that you buy with real money. So yeah, that destroyed it in the very end. But the overall loop actually stayed a lot more engaging because, which I assume, which played in favor of this game, was that it was, back in the day, a promo for, I believe, Fallout 4. So since it was released as a promo, as a freebie to the fans and not as a cash grab, it found a more healthy balance. But yeah, it had those tendencies in it. I will not lie about it. But it was not a game built to suck the money out of suckers, to get them in, and then with a slowing gameplay to get them to pay money. It was primarily created as a promo with this money grab as an afterthought, which made it have more love in it, more variation. But yeah, if you played it too long, you discovered the same issues.
All right. We got one more question before the FMK. From Fun is Underrated, saying, we all have our golden times, but that's no more. Anyways, wow! How many episodes of a series can you binge watch in a day, and how many could you binge in your best days? I mean, I don't think my binge ability factor has gone up or down ever.
Depends on the length of the episode for one.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I don't think I can binge watch The Boys because, you know, those are episodes that are an hour long.
But there are only 12 per season or 10 per season. So this is actually manageable. You could binge both seasons of The Boys in a single day with a lack of sleep, obviously.
With lack of sleep, and also how much of the gore in The Boys do you want to watch in one sitting? Because at some point you have to eat, and I don't know if I can eat watching The Boys during some scenes.
Okay. The next episode has barely any mutilations. Quick, put the pizza in the oven.
Yeah, basically.
Oh shit! I forgot this gross sex scene.
Yeah, I guess there are more than you think. I think I guess if we go by a 22-minute show, I can probably do 13 episodes, so a Netflix season. I feasibly could probably watch, we watched all the first season of Final Space in one sitting. I could do that. If it's an 11 to 22 minute show, I could probably do like 13 episodes. So like for 11 minutes, like Infinity Train, I can binge watch a season of Infinity Train.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. My thing that I'm like, okay, we can actually sit down and watch a full series of something in a day are usually mini-series or the Netflix seasons, where they are made to be short and bingeable. I guess that's the Netflix has indoctrinated me to a limit of 13.
For me, it's hard to say because my limiter nowadays would be more like life and less my endurance. I mean, it's I have shit to do, and even on a Sunday, today it was like we're already after breakfast, kind of turning on YouTube and playing our individual games, and then at some point I was like, just to be clear, we are doing a lazy Sunday, and we agreed, so we continued just being lazy and having something run on the TV while we did our own thing, and but even then we slept in, and at some point food needed to be prepared and then getting ready for the show and everything, so This is like where, I don't know, it's probably limited to a bunch of
Limited
hours,
to life,
5-6
okay.
hours or something. You can actually binge watch. Back in the day, in my college days, in time between semesters where there were no classes, and I did my big where I was shutting myself in for 1.5 months and just puzzling a 9,000 pieces puzzle. Good times, good times. I made it through multiple seasons of Doctor House, like six seasons in one go. So I basically put in the DVD in the morning, switched it out in the middle of the day, and college life, guys, am I right? College single life, I should say.
You could have picked something better than House.
It was pretty good.
House gets worse at the end.
It's true,
though.
but then again, which show doesn't?
Steven?
Yeah, fair.
What about you, Lauren? What's your binge limit?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat of like, in a way for both of you, where it's like, yeah, it does depend on the length of the episode, but it also does depend on how much time I even have. Because sometimes I binge seasons of stuff, and it's while I'm working, when I have to do work. So I'll have to have it on in the background. So that's why sometimes it has to be something where it's okay if I maybe don't always look at what I'm watching, but I can hear it as long as I can follow what's going on, which is why I had to rewatch Twin Peaks after the first time around, because when I would try to listen to episodes, let's just say you should follow them visually first, and then you can, once you've memorized the episode or whatever, you can go through it again just listening to it, because it's another one of those shows where it's so visual and so atmospheric because of the visuals, and there's so many things that you miss if you're not looking that you can't do that. But otherwise, for like shorter episodes, like you're watching something that's like a 22-minute episode, or even shorter than that, if you have them into like the little 10 or 11-minute episodes, I can go through a lot more of those in a day. Sometimes I can go through like a whole workstation. So I guess 8 hours I could be like sitting there and listening to a show if it's something I can follow by just listening to it.
That's probably a big criteria.
And that's the best thing I can do with that kind of, but if in terms of sitting and watching it,
that makes it actually harder.
have to be, yeah, it's harder because then it requires more of your attention to like focus on visuals as well as story and try and follow that. So probably 4 hours is the extent that I could binge something, and it does depend. Like Stranger Things, I remember I would try to get through. I think I made it through maybe like, because those things are like an hour each, that I would try to make it through multiple episodes in a day, and the most I could make it through was like 4 at the absolute most, and that's still not finishing a whole season right there. But so yeah, that's about the extent that I would do it, depending on the length of the episode and depending on how much time I have to sit and actually watch versus sitting there while I'm working and listening to episodes. So I guess if I can go through like a workday's worth of episodes if I can listen, but to watch it would probably be max 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I believe
I
never, even when I had too much time, I believe I never was able to watch something for a binge extended period of time without having anything else to do.
Sometimes to your detriment, because I remember when we were watching Central Park, because you'll draw or do something while we're watching stuff together, and you're like, wait, did something happen?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'm probably if I would be younger, I probably would be diagnosed with some of those attention stuff, but I'm old enough that was not yet a fashion trend to diagnose every child who has issues with focusing with ADHD or whatever. I probably have some of those things.
I wonder if that's why you do this with your hands a lot. I mean, I know you do. I know you scratch them.
Currently,
you have,
because
like,
my hands, and again, it stops. I believe I have survived this year, but yeah, I had neurodermatitis on my hands this year.
I know you have that, but sometimes you
I also
just
do the
kind.
thing with the
I
ring.
look at you way too much that is comfortable. I notice that you tend to do this with your hands, where you pull at your fingers. I wonder if that's kind of an ADD.
If I have done it over the last few months, but not in the previous year, then
no, in general,
Really?
you tend to do this. Like, I notice that you tend to just kind of fiddle with your fingers a lot. What does that say about me that I notice what he does with his hands? I'll leave that up to you.
Next question. Oh, have
I think
we
we're at
all
the
answered?
FMK segment now, right?
Have we all answered?
Yeah, we're in our favorite
Okay.
segment of the show.
And
So,
Enigma
this time,
vacant the spot this week. Then again, wasn't it originally Wolfhead who introduced it?
it was
Enigma just
Wolf had introduced it, then Enigma took it over.
yeah.
And I think I may have heard Enigma's fifis last time we did this because he had that dead people FMK.
Oh.
Uh,
I mean, to give the guy credit, he has been doing this for how many years out, week after week. So it's like at some point you need a fresh perspective. So I'm not blaming him. Yeah, exactly. He is more than welcome to take an FMK vacation. Let some of the newbies try their thing, and then when he has recharged, come in with the
Denim helps me with my point. You do fiddle with stuff at your desk too, including that knife.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait.
I'm glad that I'm vindicated.
Oh, that knife.
It could be either knife, man. You fiddle with things.
I don't fiddle with things. I have only tried to fix my tie at like 5 times so far this show. But then again, it's crooked. This is more an OCD thing than an ADHD thing.
ODD? Are you have an you have OD disorder?
Oh, I have both.
But yeah, Magical Dude provided us our FMK this week with FMK Halloween edition. So Halloween is near, and what's the best part about it? Candy. I'm gonna make one edit to it because Mars bars and Milky Ways are the same thing.
Depending
with
on where you live. Yeah, Magical is from the UK, so he has probably the same Mars and Milky Way that I have.
Exactly. So I'm just going to change it a bit. Also to give us some variety. Fuck, marry, kill. Snickers, Mars bars, and Skittles. Remember to brush your teeth afterwards, unless you're strapped for cash and need the Tooth Fairy.
So now that we are already at this point, now we need to figure out. Okay, Snickers is the one with whole peanuts.
Yes.
What you guys know as a Mars bar has this creamy caramel in it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a Mars bar here too, while the Milky Way actually has some kind of fluffy, milky, whitish substance.
Nougat. Yeah.
Not maybe a very
It has the
fluffy.
It has the consistency of nougat.
It's very fluffy in the ones that I know. Far lighter than nougat. Nougat is more dense and more harder. Anyways, we don't.
It says nougat on the wrapper though, so.
Then it must be very light nougat. Anyways, we have kicked this out. And Skittles. Not a candy bar, so it's kind of a variation, but it still counts, I guess.
It's still candy.
It still works.
I wanted to give diversity. We needed our token fruity candy.
Okay.
Fruit.
Guess. Go first.
Lauren, you're our special guest. Let us know. I know you just said you love milk chocolate.
Yeah, but you have to.
So wait, it's Milky Way, Skittles, and what was the third one?
Snickers. Mars / Milky Way.
So I would marry the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
F the Snickers, kill the Skittles.
You have to explain.
I hate Skittles.
Okay,
we
hate
can't
Skittles.
be sisters anymore.
I don't like fruity candy. I just don't. I
love fruity candy. How can you hate Skittles? Skittles are my favorite. Well, they used to be my favorite thing. I need to have them on occasion because someone ruined them for me. But I love Skittles.
But okay,
Milky Way. I've always liked Milky Way.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So killing Skittles because hate. Okay, fair. But yeah,
because
Milky Way.
Do I need to? Okay,
yeah.
So for Milky Way, I personally that's one of my personal favorite chocolate bars. I guess you could technically candy bars, purely because of the nougat. And then actually, if you get the dark chocolate version, because they do have a dark chocolate version of of the Milky Way, so that's why. So I go with that, and that's something I come back to on every Halloween. That's what I do. Snickers, I'm it's not my top favorite, but it's not like I'm gonna turn it down either. It's like because I mean I like the peanuts, I like the caramel, I like the chocolate. I think it's just because you can't get any other variant of Snickers that you just get the milk chocolate. So I mean it'll be fine for that one time, and then and then you just
It's
go
nut
back.
and gone, basically, for you. Okay. And yeah, kill Skittles because you're a heartless monster.
No, I just don't like fruity candy.
Yeah.
Well,
I just-
sister, let me tell you what I'm going to do with them Skittles. I still need to make up my mind.
Yeah, thanks for that very confident lean in.
It's like, I mean, on the one hand, I love Skittles, so I might just marry them. On the other hand, they are those kind of like, too much of it gets... Oh wait, the too much of it, the other two are chocolate, right? Yeah, okay, I marry the Skittles because I can probably eat more Skittles than chocolate. So, for that reason alone, even though Skittles, I have been told, must be great
it's
and
already-
bad. I mean, look at all the colors and the... Anyways, I marry them now. I'm living a very down-to-earth life with my Skittles because I love them. They bring color and sweetness to my life. And while I'm not at home, I'm out there banging the Mars bar. Why do I bang the Mars bar? That's a good question. Wait, what did you do? You banged Mars too, didn't you? No, she married Mars.
No,
Okay,
she
so I'm
married
still...
No,
Mars
I
bars
married the
and
Milky
fucks
Way.
and-
Which is
and
Mars?
No,
fucks
I thought you
the
said
Snickers
Milky-
bar.
Which is Mars?
Yeah.
Mars bar
so-
and Milky Ways are the same thing.
For you
Okay,
Americans.
Okay, fine.
So
Alright.
so no, okay, so I'm still fine. I'm not doubling anything with Abby.
Yeah, you can fuck the Mars bar.
So I am fucking the hell out of the Mars bar because, that creamy caramel, you know it. And, and
so
I
messy.
murder the Snickers. Similar argument, like Abby, because it's from the three options, it's my least favorite. And when I get a candy bar, it's probably the actual European Milky Way or a Mars bar, which are my favorite chocolates of this celebration mix. And
Yeah,
I don't know,
you
Snickers.
usually have them in that little snack cabinet.
Snickers grew on me as a child. I didn't like them at all. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Nuts.
But yeah, if I can only marry and fuck two of them, then Snickers has to die. Keyframe.
Okay, so for once, this is actually kind of nice to me because I get to fuck the Skittles.
Yes, you do.
Hell yeah!
So you like
mean-
you like them very tiny and lots of them. I get it. Couldn't let you have this one. Sorry.
The thing is, half of that kind of works, but the other half doesn't. I'll let you pick which one, but no.
That went places.
Yeah, but no,
So, yeah.
Skittles. I mean,
Why?
Skittles are,
Why? Please explain the
they-
why.
Okay, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other two are candy bars. You know, they're just the one piece. It's just same boring. It's the candy equivalent of missionary. You can add nuts and caramel to it, but at the end of the day, that's just like adding a fucking Trojan condom to the same dick. But Skittles, all of them are different flavors. If you're talking about variation, there's tropical Skittles, there's sour Skittles. There's so much variety. That's gonna be a fun night.
Plus, no melting chocolate in inconvenient places.
Exactly. I mean, you'll be covered in sticky sugar stuff, but that's probably an easier and more fun experience to get off than fucking chocolate. Because man, that won't look as good. if Skittles
Anyways.
melts on you, what? Let me have my fun. I let you have yours.
Yeah, you may have your fun with the Skittles, but you don't need to describe it in that much
I'm just
detail
saying you
on the
look
show.
like you look like the rainbow at the end of it. So no, then okay. What do I get to marry the Snickers bar?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You know, it's a very rich candy bar, and
You're grasping.
what? There's a lot of stuff in it. There's like nougat, there's caramel,
uh-huh.
there's nuts. It's chocolate. There's a lot of stuff in it. It is a rich bar, and you know, all those Snicker commercials usually have a celebrity, so it has connections. So why do you sound so disappointed?
You're really grasping to build up your case of a gold digger answer.
It's a fucking candy bar. What else am I
I don't know.
And then I guess I kill the Milky Way bar because Lauren hates Skittles, so I'm gonna kill the thing she loves.
That can't be your only reason.
Well, it can.
It is, Lauren. It is. Fuck you for hating Skittles. You kill the thing I love, I kill back. And you know what? I'm doing you a favor because you're just a cuckold to Max because Max fucked the Milky Way bar.
Oh yeah, you know it.
I saved you from being a cuck.
This is where we're at.
How do you feel?
I'm just happy I you know what? It's fine because it still doesn't change the fact that I don't like Skittles.
How many times has she been on here?
Many. She's like our third most appearing guest.
Apparently not many enough. Well, that turned awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.